What up, Night Nation? It's your boy, Stevie Knight. About to get on one of these things, you feel me? What's good with the watch? Hey, so, I know everybody is, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are upset that I hadn't released no Marshall Monday or hadn't had Eminem video this week. But y'all know, it's Kendrick Lamar week, right? You know what I mean? So y'all could bear with me at least 1 week while we continue to give roses to K-Dot. The album about to drop tonight. But with that being said, it's a little shocking to me and a little surprising to see how much hate Kendrick was getting in the comments throughout this week, man. So, and I know a lot of that hate comes from the delusional stands that don't see anything outside of Eminem, so I understand that. So how about I just play a little snippet of the GOAT giving K-Dot his roses so y'all can hear it from the horse's mouth. Maybe that will enlighten those or, you know, give them a little more reason to at least consider that, you know, K-Dot is pretty dope, man. So check this out.
So on this Marshall Mathers LP2, one of the highly anticipated collaborations was with Kendrick. You know, Kendrick let that Control verse go, and lots of people, he kind of lit a fire in the lyrics again for a lot of people. Did you feel any fun-loving competition, or did it make you feel like you had to come any extra harder for this Kendrick track, knowing that what he did to other people on their other song recently?
First of all, I just want to say this. I love what Kendrick is doing.
Right.
And he's making it, he's continuing the tradition of just making rap exciting.
Right.
You know? And what he did with the Control verse is incredible, but we had actually did that song before he did that verse.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just loved what he did on his album.
Right.
And I felt like, man, he's an Aftermath artist too, you know, and it just felt like it was something that we should do.
Right.
You know? But absolutely, there's always going to be competitive aspect, man, and that's why with his verse, the Control verse, he didn't say anything that every other MC wasn't already thinking. You know,
he was bold enough to say it.
He said it.
Right.
He said it, and it's great. It's what makes hip hop. You know.
Definitely, indeed.
But I don't know what I'm gonna get. What style? What, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't know. I can't predict.
Right.
A flow pattern. I can't never predict anything. It's the same thing if I getting on a track with Kendrick. I can never tell what the fuck he's gonna do.
Right.
Because he is such a chameleon of styles, and he can fucking do pretty much anything, right? And he's so proficient at it, he's so good at it, and you don't know what you're gonna get. That to me is like a top tier lyricist, because it's like you can get your ass kicked any day. You know what I'm saying? Like certain rappers get on a certain song, and it's like it just depends on.
Kendrick to me is the most electrifying vocalist of this generation. Would you agree with that?
I absolutely would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Kendrick is at the very top tier of lyricists, not just of this generation, but of all time.
Eminem's comments hardly come as a surprise, given that Detroit rap legend has repeatedly shared his admiration for Kendrick in the past. He told the New York Times in 2015 that he loved Kendrick Lamar. The way he puts albums together, front to back, they're like pieces of art. Eminem holds Kendrick's 2012 album Good Kid, Mad City in especially high regard, having told Genius, "When I first heard Kendrick's debut on Aftermath, I couldn't believe it. The fact that it was his first real album and he was able to make it into a story which intertwines with the skits, like that was genius. That hasn't really been done that many times, let alone on someone's first time up. The level of wordplay, deliveries, the beats, it's just a masterpiece."
I heard a very cool story about Eminem and Kendrick Lamar. Eminem he'd heard that Kendrick Lamar was the best rapper, and he invited him to the studio to get him on a song, and he arrived and Kendrick came with all his mates. And Eminem said, I just want you in the studio, just you on your own. And then my engineer's going to come in and then record you doing it, but your mates aren't allowed in. And then Kendrick did it, wrote a sick verse, and then everyone came in to listen to it. And Eminem said he did it to test Kendrick because he thought he had a ghostwriter, and he then realised that he didn't, and then claimed that he was the best, which is kind of cool, I think.
Wow, that's a really cool move.
Yeah, that was Rick Rubin, who did my second album, did that Eminem album. He told me that story.
That's very cool.
Which I thought was a good story.
I was in Detroit. He brought me out to Detroit.
He's hometown, right?
Yeah, right. So I had a show, matter of fact.
and he brought me to the studio, told me to come to the studio to do a hook. Like, in my head, I'm thinking it's a hook. I don't know if he told my people that, told my partner Dave.
Okay.
It's a hook. So I go in, do the hook, and he's like, I like the hook. Boom, right? So,
First of all, awesome, thank you.
yeah, right. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm finna dip. And he was like, you think you can do a verse? I was like, hell yeah, I could do a verse. what are you talking about? Can I do a verse? The thing with M was crazy to me. He kicks everybody out the studio. So he like...
It's just you two?
Yeah.
It's not even him. He gives you your space.
Oh.
But it's almost... I took it as him kicking everybody out to see if that's really you writing them raps that you're writing.
Okay, because you've got like your little entourage who would have come with you.
I came with about... I don't roll too deep, but I came with Soundwave, 2T's, my security, and who else I came with?
Probably Dave. No?
Probably Dave.
Yeah.
Dave.
So you got people who are in music who could write music, so he wanted to make sure that it was you.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So the moment I, go in the studio to do the hook, he snatches everybody out, sits them in the lobby the whole time. So even when I said I'm done, I was like, somebody get in, I'm done writing the verse.
How long did that take you?
It didn't take too long, probably about 45.
Really?
I was on a schedule though.
Yeah.
Like, I was had to move, like everything.
Yeah,
rapping.
pinpoint, gotcha.
But I'm in the booth and he was walking in and didn't know I was done with the verse. I mean, actually rapping it.
Yeah.
He runs out like,
oh, right.
Like
he don't want to hear it.
Yo, he's a purist, dog. That nigga's like a real rap purist.
Yeah, that's old school kind of.
Yeah, it's like a
hip-hop.
respect. Like, you don't look in nobody's notebook.
Yeah.
When we was young, it's like, if you got a rap notebook,
exactly.
don't let a nigga look inside of your notebook. It's like certain rules that people really don't follow no more.
Professionalism as well.
He got
by
it.
those rules.
That whole thing felt like a test.
Yeah?
Yeah,
And I think you passed.
Crazy test.
For sure, because I know he had more tracks for the Marshall Mathers LP2 album than what he obviously put on it. So,
hell yeah,
man,
definitely.
congratulations for getting Love Game on there.
It was definitely an honor, man, because that's somebody I always looked up to as not only a lyricist, but just a thinker and a genius musically.
Are you coming out and doing that song with him in the set?
Nah, I wish.
Damn.
That'd be crazy.
Man.
I think hip hop is in a good place right now, definitely, for sure. I feel like there's artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Joyner Lucas. There's a lot of artists coming up that are established that I feel like definitely are students of the game and have studied, for me, I believe like artists like J. Cole and Kendrick have studied hip hop beyond their years. To me, you can't be as good as they are without going back and studying, you know what I'm saying, the evolutions of hip hop. So